Welcome to my Finnish lesson. Today we are going to learn about KPT changes in verb type 1 in negative sentences. Let's get started. In the last lesson, we learned about KPT changes in verb type 1 in positive sentences. If you are not familiar with this topic yet, please watch lesson 30 first. Let's begin with the verb puhua, which means to speak, and review how to form negative sentences. Puhua is a verb type 1 verb because its infinitive form ends in two vowels, u and a. To form the stem, remove the final a. This gives us puhu. In negative sentences, we use the stem with every personal pronoun. Only the negative verb changes. I don't speak. Minä en puhu. You don't speak. Sinä et puhu. He or she doesn't speak. Hän ei puhu. We don't speak. Me emme puhu. You don't speak, the plural form. Te ette puhu. They don't speak. He eivät puhu. Next, let's practice with ottaa, which means to take. Ottaa is also a verb type 1 verb. First, remove the final a. This gives us otta. Because ottaa has double t, one t disappears due to the KPT change. Therefore, the stem is ota. I don't take. Minä en ota. You don't take. Sinä et ota. He or she doesn't take. Hän ei ota. In positive sentences, the KPT pattern returns to the strong grade with hän and he. However, in negative sentences, we use the weak form with every personal pronoun. We don't take. Me emme ota. You don't take, the plural form. Te ette ota. They don't take. He eivät ota. Next. Now, let's practice with 4 more verbs. Take a moment to think about the negative form of each verb by yourself. Let's check the answers together. The first verb is alkaa, which means to start. Alkaa is a verb type 1 verb. To form the stem, remove the final a. This gives us alka. Then, the single k disappears due to the KPT change. The stem is therefore ara. I don't start. Minä en ara. You don't start. Sinä et ara. He or she doesn't start. Hän ei ara. We don't start. Me emme ara. You don't start, the plural form. Te ette ara. They don't start. He eivät ara. The second verb is unohtaa, which means to forget. This is also a verb type 1 verb. Remove the final A and we get unohta. The single T changes to D, so the stem is unohta. I don't forget. Minä en unohta. You don't forget. Sinä et unohta. He or she doesn't forget. Hän ei unohta. We don't forget. Me emme unohta. You don't forget. The plural form. Te ette unohta. They don't forget. He eivät unohta. The next verb is kieltää, which means to deny or to forbid. Remove the final a and we get kieltä. The combination lt changes to double L, so the stem is kienda. I don't deny. Minä en kienda. You don't deny. Sinä et kienda. He or she doesn't deny. Hän ei kiennä. We don't deny. Me emme kiennä. You don't deny. The plural form. Te ette kiennä. They don't deny. He eivät kiennä. The last verb is odottaa, which means to wait. Remove the final A and we get odotta. The double T changes to a single T, so the stem is odota. I don't wait. Minä en odota. You don't wait. Sinä et odota. He or she doesn't wait. Hän ei odota. We don't wait. Me emme odota. You don't wait, the plural form. Te ette odota. They don't wait. He eivät odota. Hyvä. Now you know how KPT changes work in verb type 1 in negative sentences. In the next lesson, we will start learning about the partitive case. Nähdään!